Hello, this is Amy, the hybrid administrator for Rudolf the Tall White Alien. Here are a few examples of our newest ceramic amulet designs. Any color combination is possible. An addition of pure silver to the amulet is also now possible. This powerful energetic interplay between symbol and material multiplies its magnetic and magical power. Our precious pets are not excluded from damaging excess electromagnetism. You now have the power to protect them as well. You also have the option to bless your home or any consumables by hanging a protective tile above your entryway or setting objects upon it as it lies flat.
Horses. Many centuries, horses have been very useful to humankind. You can ride on them, as Amy does. She's an excellent rider of horses. And you can use them to pull carts and carriages, and there are many ways of using a horse. Greetings, my human friends. This is Rudolf of Germany, the tall white alien. And today I would like to talk to you about usefulness. Yes, even dogs are very useful. If you're blind and have a dog, this dog can protect you from running into a wall. Then there are police dogs. Of course, there are watchdogs which can prevent your house to be broken in. Sheepdogs, which keep the herd together. Many different ways of being useful to a dog. A washing machine, how useful is that? A car? A pencil? Yes, there are utilities. There are things that are very useful to a human being. Now, let's talk about people as such. Are humans useful? Absolutely. People go to school and learn professions. And these people, after they learn a profession, they are fighting their way into the system. And they feel useful. I learned my job, I'm working. I'm a useful part of society. I carry my load. Now, some people even say, I became successful. I have a great job. I get paid well. Others have their own business, become multi-millionaires. I'm useful to society. I create a product people need. Now, my dear friends, Carl, my host over here, he is utterly useless. And he never has been useful at all to anybody or anything. It's an admittance. But did he ever want to be useful? Did he ever wanted to be used? Now comes the point. You might be sitting in your castle, living a life of luxury and feel useless. You might be the average person with a small income and feel useless because you lost your job, or you might be utterly poor and live off hardly anything. You feel useless and say, I'm not going to be used, nobody uses me. Well, the same applies to me. But then you can say, wait for a moment, Carl. You are a wealthy man. Well, how wealthy am I? Another question. But I am as useful as a very rich or very poor person. I am useless, and I'm proud of it. See, I don't want to be used. I don't want to be used by anybody. You know, the thing is this. I live an utterly useless life in freedom. I sleep until I wake up on my own. I take a nice bubble bath, and after I have a fantastic breakfast. And then I think, actually, what am I going to do today? Take a walk? Or maybe not. Well, whatever I want to do, whatever comes to my mind, I'm going to do. And in many cases, my dear friends, I just go back to bed. Not because that I'm tired. No. Because it's nice after you had a nice breakfast to recline, lay down, maybe even close your eyes, or you look out of the window into your garden or park. Enjoy the view of nature until your eyes fall, your eyelids fall down, and you're going into a better world. That's what I do. Do I have to be useful for such a thing? No way. And if I were useful, I could not live a life of luxury. Now then, some of you say, ha, you can speak. I'm poor, I cannot afford it. Wrong. You can. Because there are only two people who are sovereign, two people in the world who can afford everything, which is important, and is utter freedom. It's the king who owns it all, or the beggar who do not own anything. These two creatures are much closer together than you imagine. Let's say you are a millionaire and you don't have to work and you do what I just said. You go into the jacuzzi, back to bed, or go for a walk, whatsoever. Fine. And if you are utterly poor, you don't work anyway, you have the same privilege. You lay down and sleep. And then you can say, well, but I have to pay my rent. In my country, everything is so expensive. That is not true. I don't know a country in the world, including the United States of America, where you cannot go out into nature, find some state where you can get a piece of land for $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 and put your little trailer on there or build a little cabin. You can live on your own grounds like a king, and you can live in your own little hut, no matter how small, like a king. And the whole thing for, let's be generous, $10,000. If you have fantasy, you can buy a piece of land for $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, get the material, and for $10,000, even if you have to lend the money, you can live on your own land, have your own vegetable and fruits, and somehow sell here a little, there a little, and make $200, $300, $400, $500 a month. You can be completely independent and free. And freedom, I always teach you, is the highest good on earth. And you can live like myself, a completely useless life. Being used is the most disgusting thing I can think of. And being used is something you do with slaves. All of you can think how to get out of that. And if I hear your complaints, I am poor, I have no privileges, I'm the wrong race, I'm black, I have to suffer, I have to be poor. Don't come up with that. Please. You can be free, and there's always a place you can go and live the free life of a king, even in a miniature world, very tiny, a tiny piece of land. And as I said, I live a very useless life. But I admit It is a very, very happy one. Rudolf of Germany. And the next video is about the senselessness, idiocracy of all philosophies. Rudolf of Germany.